This is the 2011-2017 Honda Odyssey. Before we get started, let me give a quick shout out to Mia Max Automotive for letting us use the car. They are a used car dealer here in Toronto. Check out the link in description for their entire inventory. Before we check the pressure, we need to know what the correct pressure should be, right? So for that, open the driver's side door. That's the label right there that states what the pressure should be, 33 psi, and that's cold tire pressure. Cold tire pressure means that the car has been sitting at least for 3-4 hours before you check the pressure, because when you drive the car and the wheels rotate, it heats up the air inside the tires and that increases the pressure, and that's going to be incorrect. So don't check it when the car is hot. Also, another thing to keep in mind is if the car has been sitting out in the sun like this for the whole day and the sun's just shining on one side of the car, then the tires on that side are going to be having a higher pressure because the hot sun is going to heat up the air inside the tire and increase the pressure artificially. So if you see a couple psi difference in the left side versus right side, that's totally okay. Now let's take that black cover off on the valve stem. You will need a gauge in order to check the pressure. These gauges come in different sizes and shapes, digital, analog. You can get either one of them. They all work fine. They cost about $10 and you can find it from your auto parts store or online. Now get the gauge. You need to line it up exactly with the valve stem there, and it has to be parallel, not at an angle, because if you try to position it at an angle, instead of checking the pressure, you end up leaking air out of it, right? So position the gauge exactly parallel to the valve stem, then push it in, wait for a second. In this case it's 37.2. Again, it's okay because this side of the car has been just sitting out in the sun for the whole day. And see, this is what happens when you hold the tire pressure gauge at an angle. You end up leaking air out of it. If you have to reduce air, that's how you reduce the air. If you have to fill up air, you can do it at your local gas station or get one of these portable air compressors. You can again find them at your local auto parts store for about $25. They all work in the same way. They have a gauge on them. One end goes in the car, one end goes on the tire, and they work off the 12-volt power outlet in the car. Put the end on the tire, screw that on tight, make sure it's not loose, you don't want to leak air again, and the other end goes right in the car. We can use either one of the power outlets which are on the dash. Put it in there, grab your car keys, put it in accessory, which is the first position, not on, just accessory, right? Okay, now let's fill up the air. Keep an eye on the gauge. Once it reaches what you need it to reach, stop, put the black cup back on, and you repeat the process for the remaining tires, and that is pretty much it. Hope you found it useful.